Hi everyone, my name is Missy, and today we're going to be doing our cookie lab, and we are going to be making snickerdoodles. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to be preparing our dough. So these are some of the ingredients that we have here, and then some of the equipment. So we have the KitchenAid mixer, the numerous utensils used, and of course the mixing bowl, and then we have the numerous dry and wet ingredients to prepare the snickerdoodle recipe. So first, we're going to start off with 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is already prepared in the bowl. Make sure that it's not too hard and it's melted down. And then we're going to add 1 and 1/2 cups of sugar. And now we're going to cream the butter and sugar for 4 to 5 minutes until light and fluffy. And now I'm going to add in 2 eggs. That's 1. And that's 2. And now 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So as the mixture is still mixing, here in this Tupperware I have 2 3/4 cup of flour, 1 and 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. So as you guys can see here, I've already stirred up the dry ingredients, so now I'm just going to add it in carefully into the mixture. Give it some time to mix. All of the dry ingredient mix in batter. And now we're just going to let that stir. So now as the mixture is mixing, you just want to carefully scrape the sides of the bowl, excess flour, to make sure that the mix is being mixed properly. So as you guys can see here, the batter is light and fluffy. And now as you guys can see over here, I've already stirred in 1/4 cup of sugar and 1 and 1/2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And this cinnamon sugar mixture will be used later on when we're done refrigerating the batter. So after the dough is made, we're going to be preparing the cookie dough balls that are close to exactly the same size as one another. So we're going to be using the 1 tablespoon scoop, and I'm going to be scooping on the batter onto the parchment sheet here that I've already prepared on the pan. So I've already scooped out 6 cookies from the batter, and I'm going to put it inside the fridge to refrigerate for 9 to 10 minutes. So for the test cookie, I've already set the oven to 325 degrees. As you guys can see, the timer's already going, but I already set it for 10 minutes. And the char cookie is now being baked in for 10 minutes total. So now the test cookie is done cooking, so I'm going to take it out. I'm going to place it on the oven. So since this is the char cookie, I'll be repeating this process 6 more times with 6 more cookies set at 325 degrees, 350, 375 degrees, 400, 425 degrees, and 450 degrees. So to prevent the cookies from changing volume or shape, I'm going to be replacing the pan with a new pan over here, which you can see. I've already set up a new pan, and we're going to go to the fridge now and get our 6 cookies, which have already been refrigerated. So these 6 cookies are going to be used for the next 6 trials. So we're going to have 1 for 325, 1 for 350, 1 for 375, 400, 425, and 450. And I'm going to be exchanging pans every time I go into the oven. So right now, I'm just going to let this sit for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes is up, I'm going to use a spatula, take it off, and record the measurements for this cookie later once it's done cooling down. So we're going to let that cool down, and let's get started on these next 6 cookies. So before each bake, for the next 6 cookies, which you can see here, I've already taken out of the fridge, I'm just going to lightly coat the cookies in the cinnamon and sugar mixture. Just lightly coat it. And then I'm just going to place this cookie in the middle. So now since the timer is done, this is the 350 degree cookie. I'm going to take it out and put it up on the stove. And I'm just going to wait for 5 minutes. And then once this is done, I'm going to put it on the charl paper. As you can see here, it's labeled per cookie, so I'm going to put the 350 here, and then we're going to measure it, the length, width, and the height, so the volume of each cookie. Okay, so these are the results for the cookie lab. As you can see, there's the charl cookie, and then the first cookie to the 6th cookie with the corresponding temperatures increased by 25 degree increments. So I know in the previous part of the movie, I did not include the trial 1 cookie. So I did actually have it baked. I just forgot to put it on. So here's the image of what they look like. As you can see, there is a difference between the child cookie and the sixth cookie. So now I will be finding the certain measurements for each and every one of those cookies and doing the certain calculations for it in the lab. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much.